I knew I wanted to major in something in the art field, but I didn't know exactly what that would be.
I began as a business major, a pre-business major, and then I just realized that it wasn't creative enough, that I wanted to use that other side of my brain that, that I could put colors or pieces together, be very visual.
I had a really good first year. They have a lot of, especially in the dance department, they have a lot of intro classes for freshmen. So like my first quarter, I took Dance 250, which is cross-cultural dance. It was just phenomenal, and it was so much fun, and you got to meet like so many new people, and everyone was interested in the same thing you were, and so you connected like on a different level.
In the ceramics program, it's a fantastic program because you're with a group of peers and you go through each year with them. So after I finished the preliminary classes to get into the ceramics program, you move down to the ceramics metal arts building. It's actually a separate building. So like you actually get your own studio space as an undergraduate.
I always really liked English. I took a lot of English in high school, and then I really liked my AP English class, and I've always just really enjoyed reading. So I guess the reason I became an English major is because I kind of knew I wanted to do it already, and then I started taking some English classes at the University of Washington, and I liked every one that I took.
I found my major by talking through with advisors. I was unsure what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to go into film somehow. I was really unsure what kind of program was offered for someone like me, someone who has strong writing skills but also an interest in film. And so that's how I found my interest in comparative literature and cinematic study.
I came across the DX Arts website, and I think through their description of the program, then something just kind of clicks and you say, this is what I want to do.
I think my favorite class was Art 166, which was Design Foundations. It was probably the most challenging class, but I felt like I learned the most from it and also made a lot of friends.
Favorite class I've had this year was Art History past 1940, because it was all the modern to feminism to contemporary art. It's really interesting to me.
Art 140, our photography class. It really challenged me to think critically about what photography is and capable of, not just as commercial product, but also as an art form.
Definitely ballet. I took, it's like Dance 301, 302, and I took it fall and winter quarter. And it's just, you get a different teacher each quarter, and so it's a different experience each time. And you're either doing like modern ballet or classical, and it's just, you learn new things from different people.
Just take a wide variety of classes in all different disciplines, even if you're completely not sure that you're interested in it. I mean, because I've taken classes in all different disciplines, and I mean, some of them I've really enjoyed. Like English, I knew it would be for me, and some of them I was just like, you know what, there's no way that I could ever major in this.
Especially with anything that's kind of in the arts, you kind of, once you know one people, it's like all of a sudden you know 200 people or something like that, just because, I mean, they all kind of go to the same things that you do, and you kind of like have a shared experience.
I met people through work, I met people through my classes, I took a FIG and I met people that way. I also went to galleries and I went to shows on campus, and I actually met people through there. Even in the drama program, I met people by just going to see drama plays and by being proactive.
I chose to study art and digital arts not because I was concerned about getting a job or having a career. Obviously, that's a question that everyone asks themselves, but I didn't want to think about my college experience in that context. I mean, I've always considered my education as something that I was doing for more than to just get a job, and that when it came time, I would find a job.
A lot of times people lose sight of the fact that like firms and companies, they don't hire degrees, they hire people. So I don't know, with something like English, even though it's kind of like, oh, we can't go be an Englishman, and people say, well, you could teach English, but I think that, I mean, just like the general skills that English teaches you, like how to be, express your thoughts clearly, how to become a good writer, a good speaker, like critical thinking skills, I think that those are things that are highly sought after.
I would say find a couple places where you have like good vibe going on and you can actually be productive, because I mean, you can like go to a cafe, but if you're just going to sit there and talk to your friends, I mean, it's fun and that's nice, but if you really need to get work done, it's probably not the best idea.
Libraries. Libraries are great. I mean, eventually you'll realize that sitting in your room doesn't work so much, because the more time you spend in there, the more you get attached to not doing work in there. So go to the library, sit around, and actually do your work.
The great thing about UW is the people that are here. You're going to find that faculty members are an amazing resource. Take advantage of getting to know faculty members.
And I think it's important to have someone to go to when you're feeling confused or you're feeling like you're off track, but you don't know where to go or what to do. It's really important to reach out to those people, and especially an academic advisor, because it's different when you talk to your parents or your friends, because they have a certain bias and they have a certain perspective that doesn't quite fulfill your need at the time. I mean, they operate on the emotional level, and I think an advisor can really get you down to a practical sense and say, okay, these are your options, and these are the things that you might want to think about.
It's never too early to get involved with anything that you want to do at the University of Washington. Like, for example, my freshman year, I didn't really apply for any jobs or do too many like extracurricular activities, because I thought to myself, well, who's going to want to like hire a freshman, or which RSOs or campus groups are going to be involved working with freshmen? But I almost think it's kind of like the opposite. Like, a lot of times jobs like want to hire like younger students, so then they can they can train them a little bit, have them for a while. The same is true for RSOs. I mean, it's hard to get freshmen involved with registered student organizations and with other clubs and stuff on campus, just because they don't really know about it as much. So oftentimes they're actively and heavily recruiting.
So take your time. Don't overwork yourself. I say join a FIG. I think joining a FIG is like a really great way to meet people. And I don't know, just be open and take classes, that you really are interested in. Don't overwhelm yourself, take it slow, you have time.
You're gonna look back on once 6 months pass and when 12 months pass, and you're gonna think nothing happened the way I thought it was gonna happen. And I'm doing none of the things I thought I was gonna do. None of the things I even liked doing, 6, 8, 9 months ago. And you just kind of had to accept that that's gonna happen and be totally excited about that. Because I don't know, you have a ton of opportunities.